and I texted Kevin, "I'll be home by midnight." He called immediately. This time he wasn't asking where I was. He was yelling, "You abandoned the kids." I interrupted him. "What are the transfers?" Silence, long silence. Finally he said, "We'll talk when you get home." Then he hung up. I left right after the cake was cut. The drive home felt twice as long. When I walked through the front door just before midnight, Kevin was waiting on the couch. The kids were asleep. I held out my phone. "What account is this?" He barely looked. "My personal savings." "You're overreacting." I frowned. "If it's savings, why hide it?" "I wasn't hiding anything." "Then why didn't you tell me?" He stood up. "Drop it." Then he went to bed. I slept in the guest room. The next morning, I called the bank myself. The representative confirmed everything. The account had been opened in June. Only Kevin's name was on it. Every transfer had been authorized by him. That evening I confronted him again. His explanation made even less sense. "I'm saving because you don't appreciate how hard I work. And you spend too much money on the kids." I stared at him. Everything for the children came from our joint account. I barely bought anything for myself. Nothing he said added up. The more questions I asked, the more defensive he became. The next day he left for work unusually early. After he was gone, something told me to check his car. Inside the center console I found a small silver key. Underneath it was a folded piece of paper, an address, only 15 minutes from his office. I looked it up, apartment complex. A knot formed in my stomach. I drove there, unit 212. The key fit perfectly. Inside, there wasn't much. A couch, a television, a kitchen, a closet. Every piece of clothing belonged to Kevin. On the kitchen counter sat a lease agreement. Started in June, $600 a month, signed by my husband. I photographed everything, every room, every document, every receipt I could find. Then I drove home. Kevin arrived around 6. I placed the photos in front of him. "What is this?" He didn't even try denying it. "I needed space. You nag me all the time, so after work I come here to decompress." I looked around at the pictures again. "You've been secretly paying for an apartment with our money. You lied. You controlled our finances. You canceled my flight. And somehow I'm the problem?" His answer chilled me. "It's my money. I earn it." I looked him straight in the eyes. "No, it's our money. That's how marriage works." He shrugged. Maybe that's the problem. In that moment, I realized he wasn't sorry. He genuinely believed he'd done nothing wrong. That night, I packed bags for myself and the kids. We stayed with Ashley for 3 days. Kevin called twice. I never answered. On the 4th day, I returned to collect more of our things. Kevin was already home. His voice was softer this time. "The apartment was a mistake. I'll end the lease." I looked at him for a long moment, then quietly asked the only question that mattered. "Did you really think the apartment was the mistake, or did you just think I'd never find it?"